Uefa Cup final, the first leg. And it's Mönchengladbach, Borussia Mönchengladbach in the light uniforms. And there is Jupp Heynckes, one of the fine players who is now the coach of Mönchengladbach. Uefa Cup final, first leg, as we said. 2 games. This is the first of 2. It's a total goal series. And one of the things that you're going to have to look for is Frankfurt playing a very cautious game. It's not a team that's what you would call strong on an away game. Perhaps the greatest weakness for Frankfurt is in goal. One thing to watch for is Petsai to go up on counterattacks and to use his heading ability. Now, on these occasions, Mönchengladbach will have to keep a close watch on Cha Bum, who is the Korean international. He's wearing number 11 for Frankfurt. And also Karger, who is a great opportunist. But Frankfurt's 4-4-2 it's got to contain Mönchengladbach's explosive trio of attackers, where 2 excellent and fast wingers, that would be Delhai and Lehnen, they feed into the center to Nickel, and he is a great opportunist. And Nickel, perhaps one of the better strikers in the league and in the game today. Now, Frankfurt also can't neglect attacks by Ringels, who he's the one that really upset France's Saint-Etienne in a previously televised game. All right, about 25,000 on hand in this rather small stadium. It's only got a capacity of about 36,000. It's as we said, the first of 2 final games, a 2-game total goal summary, and this is the first game. Captains Holzenbein for Frankfurt and Kulik for Mönchengladbach. The referee is Mr. Choricito of Spain. The toss was won by Mönchengladbach, and they will be defending the goal to our left. They're in the light uniforms. In the dark uniforms, of course, Frankfurt. Another shot of the Mönchengladbach coach, Jupp Heynckes, who has 39 international games for West Germany to his record. All right, teams are coming up to the center line. The ball is placed down. We're about set to go. Frankfurt will be kicking off, going from right to left on your screen. The first leg of the final in the Uefa Cup. Borussia Mönchengladbach against Eintracht Frankfurt, and here we go, we're underway. Game has started. And I have an idea we're going to see a lot of things happen in this game. We're going to have a lot of action, and I have an idea we might see a few goals, too. Down, and there's a foul. Karger took down Matheus, one of the midfielders for Mönchengladbach. He's only 19, but has been playing very, very well. Writhing on the ground. Here's a replay of what happened. Now, there he goes through, tries to get through, and he's taken down over the left leg of Karger. Trainer's out on the field. It's Matheus down on the field. Number 10 there in the white is Nielsen. Jupp Heynckes looking a little bit concerned, and so he should be with this young midfield star. Matheus down on the field. He's up on his feet. He seems all right. Karger came over to say, well, sorry about that. The gentleman in the tam o'shanter that you just saw running off the field was the physiotherapist for Mönchengladbach. All right, plays back in again. I'm sure the referee, Mr. Choricito, will take a little time on that, but time is still running. Here's Kerber coming upfield for Frankfurt. In goal for Frankfurt is Paul. On defense, it's Ermentrout, Neuberger, Kerbel, and Petsai. In the midfield for Frankfurt, it's number 6, Laurent, number 7, Holzenbein, and number 9, Borchers. And also Bernd Nickel, number 10. Up forward, it's number 9, Borchers, and number 11, Bum Kun Cha. For Mönchengladbach, in goal, it's Kneip. On defense, long shot, and it just hit the bar. And rebound taken, and taken by the goalkeeper. Not too much trouble. Good action there. Again, for Mönchengladbach, in goal is Kneip. On defense, it's Schäfer, number 2, Schaefer, number 3, Hannes, number 4, and Ringels, number 5. In midfield, Matus, number 6, Kulik, number 8, and Nielsen, number 10. Up on the front line, Delhay, number 7, number 9, Harold Nickel, and number 11, Lehnen. Now, there are 2 Nickels on the field, one for Mönchengladbach and one for Frankfurt. So we'll have to identify them by Harold and Bernd. Borchers gives the ball now to Laurent. By the way, for Mönchengladbach, 2 wingers on this team, who Lehnen and Delhay, they're real wingers, and as has been said before, there are not too many real wing players around anywhere in the world anymore, but these 2 are, and they'll be feeding Nickel in the center, who was always an opportunist. Mönchengladbach coming on the attack now. Into the center. This is Nickel, Harold Nickel, for Mönchengladbach. Tries to get it to the top corner of the box, intercepted by Frankfurt. Frankfurt coming downfield, Goebbels. This is Laurent. Laurent gets around, taken down by Schaefer. Now, I don't think he's in quite that much pain, but he's down. You notice he had a quick look around to see if the referee was watching. Free kick has been awarded. It'll be taken by Nielsen. Check that, that's Nickel, Bernd Nickel. Cross into the front, up in the air, headed away by Schaefer. Oh, quick intercept and a shot, but blocked by the defenders. Hannes in the corner comes back to the goalkeeper, Kneip. Mönchengladbach in the light uniforms. Frankfurt in the dark uniforms. Matus. Schäfer. Crossfield to Hannes, who kicks upfield. On the line. Mönchengladbach coming in. Down into the corner. Tries to beat his man, Neuberger. Can't do it. Back in again. Up in the air, into the center, headed away. Oh, almost a bad play on that. Header came back inside the goal area, picked up by Mönchengladbach, and luckily Frankfurt managed to save it. Here's Borchers. Borchers being challenged by Hannes. Ball over the line, is it? Yes, it is. Goal kick. 5.5 minutes into the first half. Frankfurt nothing, Mönchengladbach nothing. First leg, the first game of home-and-home series and the final of the Uefa Cup. This, incidentally, is about the only cup competition in Europe left that is a 2-game series total goal. Everything else is a home-and-home series in the preliminaries and leading up to the final, and that becomes a final game. Frankfurt with the ball. Bernd Nickel passes it off to Neuberger. Neuberger downfield. He finds Bum Kun Cha. And the ball is taken from underneath. It's going to be a corner. Bum Kun Cha. Rated as the #1 foreign player in Germany in the last season. First corner for Frankfurt. Over to take it will be Bernd Nickel. A left-footed kick, curls it in, short, picked up by Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach coming down at midfield now. Moving toward the center. Referee with a little assist in there. Hannes coming down. He's got Schaefer on the wing. He's got Schaefer on the wing. Schaefer skies the ball over the net. Goal kick. Last two times these teams played, Mönchengladbach beat Frankfurt 4-1, and then in the return game during the season, Frankfurt beat Mönchengladbach 5-2. So who knows which way this one will go. In order to get to this game, Mönchengladbach beat Viking Stavanger of Norway. Then they knocked out Inter Milan. And then University Craiova from Romania. Here's Petsai coming down. Passes the ball down into the corner. Picked up by Bumkuncha. He manages to hold on to it. Very strong legs on this Korean. Gets by his man, but it's cleared out of bounds. As I said, Mönchengladbach beats Saint-Etienne in France and then beats Stuttgart. Frankfurt, to get to this final, beat Aberdeen of the Scottish League, Dynamo Bucharest, Feyenoord of Rotterdam, Zubrov Brno of Czechoslovakia, and Bayern Munich. Incidentally, this is the first time that two teams from the same country have been in the final. In fact, there were 4 teams from West Germany that were in the semifinal, so it had to be an all-West German final, no matter how you look at it. This is Borchers. Just tipped by one of the defenders of Mönchengladbach. Frankfurt seemingly on the attack in this first half. 9 minutes gone by in the first half. Score still 0-0. Frankfurt playing a 4-4-2, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 forwards. Whereas Mönchengladbach plays 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards. So those who say that a 4-4-2 is better than a 4-3-3, we'll see what happens in this game. Lenin, the long hair there, got the ball up in front of him. Gives it to Matus. Mönchengladbach at midfield. Taken away by Ermentrout, but foul called. Delhay, number 7, gets the ball to Nielsen. Now they're going to call it back again. Still down on the field is Schäfer, number 2, for Mönchengladbach. Mr. Choroseto of Spain, the referee. Kick will be taken by Matus. One man in front of him. And, oh, he hit him right in the head with the ball. In fact, he got him in the nose. Throw in. Matus takes it. Throws it down into the corner. Back to Matus. Matus trying to get around his man. Gets through one. He gets around another one. He's inside the box. And just deflected up in the air. Up comes Paul, who just punches it up. Should have punched a little farther than that. There's Paul. Now, I suppose you'd call it the book on Frankfurt, is that the goalkeeping has not been spectacular this season. There are 2 goalkeepers, Paul and Funk, and neither of them have been what most experts would say on form. And they say that the weakest point of Frankfurt would be their goalkeeping. We'll have to see. After 11 minutes of play in the first half, it's still 0-0. Mönchengladbach against Frankfurt in the first leg of the final in the Uefa Cup, being played in Mönchengladbach. Over in the far corner, Ringels with the throw-in for Mönchengladbach. Gets it back to Hannes. Schaefer. Matus. Up in the air, taken away by Petsai. Frankfurt on the attack now. Ball taken away by Delhay. Gets to Matus. Matus passes off to his left. He's found Schaefer. Schaefer coming down the top corner of the box. Driving in. Can he cross it in? And is it a corner? Came off one of the Frankfurt defenders. It'll be a corner. Second corner for Frankfurt. $25,000 people in the stadium today. Here's the corner. The long one. Cuts in, happened to end, punched away again by Paul. Now cleared by Laurent. Over the sideline will be a throw-in. Number 7 in the light uniform is Delhaize for Mönchengladbach. Up in the air. Up again. Punches again. That's the third time he's punched the ball and headed over the top of the net. Another corner. Third corner coming up for Mönchengladbach. That side, number 5, popping his hands. Good look at Paul, the goalkeeper. An in-swinger on this one, cutting in toward the goal. There it is. It's cutting in, but it cuts too quickly over the end line. It'll be a goal kick now. Paul gets it outside of the goal area. Thought it was coming back, but Frankfurt decided to bring it up the field, drilled it up from the back. Pass a little bit too far for Bumkun Cha. Number 11. Now to Matus. Matus gives it to Kulik. Nielsen. Hannes over to the far side to Schäfer. And a loose ball just dribbled up, picked up now by Holzenbein, the captain of Frankfurt. He drops it off. Just a quick little chip in, but a little bit too far ahead. Picked up by Knight. Knight. I beg his pardon. Lenin into the center. Schäfer passes out to the wing. Long ball upfield. Can they get to it before he goes over? Yes. Into the center. Good crossing ball. Taken right off the line. Taken by Paul. Smothered. He gets the ball back upfield. Reacquired by Mönchengladbach. Matus. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer decides to let it go. Back to Matus. Matus into the corner. He's got Nielsen. Nielsen lets it go. Was it touched? Yes, it was. Touched by the defender. Another corner. Fourth corner. 15 minutes gone by in the first half. Still nothing. Frankfurt against Mönchengladbach. High ball, way beyond the post. Out again came Paul and punched it once again. Doesn't get much distance on those, which he's got to learn to do. Here comes Bumkun Cha. Good ball skills of this Korean international. Holzenbein. Lead pass, but goes astray. Oh, almost. Nielsen caught the ball back. He tried to get it back to Knight. And Knight almost was zigging when he should have been zagging. But no harm done. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Borchers for Frankfurt with the ball. To Holzenbein. Holzenbein driving down to the corner, being worried by Matus. Holzenbein still with the ball. The young against the old. Down they go. Who are they going to call it against? Holzenbein saying, he pulled my shirt. Ball back to Knight. To Nielsen. Nielsen at midfield. Into the center. Schäfer. Schaefer back to Nielsen again. Wilson decides to go to the other side of the field with it. Sheffer. High ball. Headed away by Kerbo. Picked up by Lenin. He passes back. Got 3 men he can choose to go to, and he decides to go to Matus. Matus takes a long, high shot over the top. Turned his toe up. Hurried his shot, turned his toe up, and it went over the top. Goal kick. Ermentrout get the ball up now to Nickel. Bernd Nickel. Now remember, this is a home crowd, a game at home for Mönchengladbach, so the noise will be much more for them. Here is Petsai. Petsai got by his man and got the ball back again, but couldn't straighten it out. Picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer gets it back to Knight. End-to-end action in this one. Nielsen going in, tries to get the shot off, blocked by Holzapine. Another corner kick. Fifth corner coming up. Up in the air, into the center, headed away by Petsai. Picked up by Bumkun Shah. And rolls over the sideline. Off one of the Mönchengladbach players, throw in for Frankfurt. Nickel, Bernd Nickel. Didn't reach it in time, and it came off Matus. Throw in. Ermentrout for Frankfurt. Curling ball, the inside. Picked up by Karger. Karger trying to get in. Can't do it. Hannes gets the ball back to Knight. Knight is a very tall goalkeeper. He's 6'4", which makes you wonder what he would do with low balls to the corners. So far in this game, he hasn't shown the agility to be able to dive for balls or to get down, but hard to tell. Up in the air, into the box, and Paul came out for the ball and evidently didn't touch it. Looked like he missed it completely, but in a way it's fortunate because he got a goal kick out of it. Paul a little bit tentative. Here comes Laurent downfield. Laurent, he's got Karger with him. But Sheffer comes in, takes the ball away. Good play by Sheffer, the defender for Mönchengladbach. The 2-on-1 and 1 by the 1. Delhai couldn't get the ball. Laurent played it, gave it to Nickel. Borchers. Back to Nickel. Neuberger down in the corner looking for Borchers to get to it. Borchers makes a push and it's going to be called. You're right. It's a no-no. Mönchengladbach coming back upfield. Still nothing. 21.5 minutes gone in the first half. Sheffer with the ball. Goes over to Hannes on the other side, who passes up to midfield. Anybody there? Yes. Intercepted and kicked away by Kerbo. Reacquired at midfield by Mönchengladbach. Coming down the line is Sheffer. Scheffer overlapping quite a bit, coming down from his defensive position, going into an offensive position. Nielsen in the corner, still with the ball, 2 men on him, and they take it away from him. Laurent. Ehrmantraut. Going in toward the middle. And he loses the ball to Hannes. Delhai. Top corner of the box, cutting into the middle. Can he get the shot off? No. Taken away by Nickel. Holzenbein. Being challenged by Hannes. Got it to Borchers. Borchers back to Holzenbein. Into the box. Still on his feet. He's got an open man, but right to Knipe. Delhai down the side. Ball into the center. Headed away. Schaefer into the center. Just a chip, open man. And a good save. Shot by Kulik. Here's Schaefer coming in, up in the air. And the shot, Harold Nickel. And just deflected. 6th corner for Mönchengladbach. Curls it in toward the near post, but headed away by the Frankfurt defenders. This time Petzai headed it away. Got it to Ringels. Now it's Scheffer. He passes off. Schaefer. Ringels. Ringels reacquires. He got it off Bumkuncha's head. Hannes. He's bumping in there. Play on. Scheffer. Schaefer. These two get back and forth with each other too many times. It'll be thoroughly confusing. Here's a breakaway, and Nickel couldn't get his foot on it. But got it back, and it's back with Delhai. Delhai with the ball, makes the turn to his left, gets out. He's got Nielsen. Nielsen trying to get in, can't do it. A slide, and ball is cleared, reacquired, and now kicked out of bounds by Frankfurt. It'll be a throw-in for Mönchengladbach. Delhai to Ringels. Ringels down in the corner, crosses into the center. Up in the air, taken away by Ehrmantraut. Reacquired, shot, punch save again. Another corner. Shot by Matus. There's the cross. Now watch him come in. There's the up in the air and headed away. Now, here comes. Picked it up, dropped it on the ground, and good shot in there, and a good punch save by Paul. Call a foul. Yes, they did. They called a foul. Good save by Paul. Looked good on that. Took no chances with it. Foul was called, so really did no harm. 26 minutes into the first half. Still nothing. Laurent with a sliding tackle took the ball away. Nickel for Frankfurt. Frankfurt going from right to left on your screen. Down into the corner, and Carger can't quite control it. Gets it over to Knipe. Knipe just rolls the ball out. Nielsen. Intercepted by Nickel, who gets it back to Ehrmantraut. Back to Nickel again. Nickel with the ball. Looks for a man down in the corner. Bumkuncha skies the ball back up to the front corner of the box. Picked up by Holzenbein. Holzenbein into the center. Borchers. Goes down, turns inside, turns outside. Back again for Holzenbein. Holzenbein looking for someone that's open. Into the center. Can he get to it? Gets the ball ahead of him. It's Carger. Back to Borchers. Borchers with a long pass cross field looking for Bum Kun Chai. Did he save it? No. Goal kick. Nothing. No score so far. We're 28 minutes into the first half. Good, solid defensive play by the Frankfurt defenders. Borchers. Dropped it off to Laurent, who gets it back to Paul, the goalkeeper. Petsai into the center. Nickel. Kerbel. Kerbel goes outside to Holzenbein. Holzenbein, 2 men on him, but he gets it down the line, but over the line. Kerbel couldn't get to it. Throw in for Mönchengladbach. Schäfer. Ringels. Back to Schäfer. Schäfer moving and looking for someone down in the corner. He's got Harold Nickel, and it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Nickel decides to take the throw-in himself. Gets it in just to the 18-yard line. The outer edge of it. Ringos. High ball in front. Up in the air goes Paul. No problem. Well, for a suspect in goal today, Frankfurt so far with Paul has done very well. Borchers coming downfield. Back to Borchers. Down in the corner. Being marked very closely by Matus. Borchers up in the air. And no problem for Knipe, who walked out and took the ball away, rolled it out to the far side. Schaefer. Nielsen. Matus. And blocked and intercepted by Frankfurt. Frankfurt's got 4 on 3. Pass is just a shade too long. Borchers couldn't get to it. Here's Bum Kun Cha, wearing number 11 for Frankfurt. A very partisan crowd on hand at Bökelberg Stadium in Mönchengladbach. Nothing, as we said. We're in the first half. We played just over 31 minutes. Both teams playing rather open soccer. No question about playing a defensive game. Everybody's been down they go, and will it be a call? No, they're going to give it a throw-in. No call on that. Schaefer for Mönchengladbach. Down into the box, nobody there. And the whistles start. There were 2 men open, one on the left wing and one on the right wing on that, and Schaefer decided just to almost chip it into the box, and just lobbed it in. Nobody there to get it, so the goalkeeper took it. Got it back upfield. Kerbel. Holzenbein. Bert Nickel. Petsai. Nickel back to Holzenbein. Petzai hasn't come up yet. He hasn't come all the way up. We haven't seen him make any real attack yet, and he's known to do this. Of course, he really hasn't had an opportunity because both teams are attacking, coming up quickly. It's been back and forth throughout the first half so far after 32 and a half minutes. Down and play on. No. Foul called. Hermantraut decided to take the ball with him, but he's going to have to send it back there. Schaefer out to the wing. Brings the ball back to Hannes. Hannes pushes it well forward. Matus with a shot. He was going to his right and shot to his left. And Paul was lucky to get his hands on it. Here's a replay of that. Now he'll cut over to his right and he'll make the swing with his right foot. Watch him come around with it. And it was a twister. And Paul got one hand on it. And you see him shaking that left hand of his. He actually punched it away. So it's another corner, the 7th corner for Frankfurt. Up in the air and he punches it again. This 24-year-old goalkeeper decides he likes to punch the ball better than to try and catch it. It's very possible that he's a little afraid of the power of the Mönchengladbach front line. Up in the air, into the center. Now he caught it. But he's proved to us that he can do it. Frankfurt coming up the field again. Hermantraut. He decides to drop it for Kerbel. Kerbel over to the far side. He's got Neuberger. Check that. That's Petzai. Petzai with the ball. Frankfurt seems to be waiting for opportunities to drive through. Nickel just kicked it over to Holzenbein. They're almost satisfied to hold back, wait for a breakaway. Whereas Mönchengladbach is pressing forward. They're building up from the back, whereas Frankfurt seems to be going with a long game, the long kicks, just trying to get somebody to break away. Schäfer. He finds Matus. Matus just turns it. Here's Nilsson. Nilsson coming in. He's got a man to beat, man in the center, and pardon me. Good sliding save by one of the defenders there. Just came across the field and took the ball away. This is Karger. Karger for Frankfurt. Tries to get in, and he's blocked off much the same way. Schäfer, number 2 for Mönchengladbach.
Hard as it tries, this car just isn't getting the mileage it used to.
This will be the first corner for Frankfurt. Going down into the corner, Bernd Nickel. He'll kick it left-footed. Be an outswinger on this one. Came off the defender, so it will be second corner. Over-anxious fans with their bits and pieces of paper on the field. Another long kick into the center and punched away. Goal! Actually, Knight came up with that, and I think he punched it in. We'll have to look at it. Here's the corner now. Watch it go out. It goes out high in the air, up in front of the goal. There's Knight coming up. He punches at it, but he punched it off to his left and actually put it in himself. So really, the goal is by Nilsson. Nilsson got the goal in approximately 36 minutes. We'll get some time on that for you. But that was Knipe himself. Now, here comes Mönchengladbach. They're down by 1-0. Frankfurt took advantage of a mistake. Knipe trying to punch the ball out. Punched it into the net. Karger coming downfield. Now it's Borchers. Holzenbein. Borchers. On the corner. Mönchengladbach coming back. About 7 minutes, a little over 7 minutes left in the first half. Frankfurt leading 1-0. Schaefer. Nielsen. And taken away. Frankfurt. Oh, there's a little jersey pulling, but the referee, Mr. Churicero from Spain, said play on. No advantage in that. Borchers coming down the far side. Borchers still with the ball. Maintains it. Cuts in toward the center. Taken down. No foul. Play on. Nickel chips it into the center. But Bumkuncha can't get to it. Kicked out of bounds. Throw in for Frankfurt. Holzenbein. Ermentrout. Ermentrout cutting in. Inside the box. Cuts across. Oh, almost did it again. This time it was Ringels who headed the ball. Now watch this go across. There's the header. He was trying to clear it and hit the crossbar. Schaefer got the ball and got it back to Knight. Well, we've seen it in this game. Knight made a mistake on a corner kick, scored a goal on himself. And then Ringels almost scored another one for Frankfurt, but he's on the other team. He's on Mönchengladbach. Anyway, still 1-0. Frankfurt over Mönchengladbach in this, the first leg of the Uefa Cup final. Neuberger and Schaefer race for the ball. It's back to Hannes for Mönchengladbach. Dribbler picked up by Paul without any trouble. Unofficially, a little over 5 minutes. There may be a little bit of injury time. Very early in the game, it was an injury, and it probably will be. There's Bumkuncha. He decides to not take it himself. He dropped it off. Shot was taken, went over the top. Here it is. Now here you see he couldn't do it. So he dropped it off for Laurent. Laurent took the kick and went just over the top. And I will say that Knight came over smartly on that. Had the angle on it, but it was just, if it had been about 3 or 4 inches lower, it would have been under the bar. However, it wasn't. Frankfurt still leading 1-0 over Mönchengladbach. Ermentrout down the left side of the field. Karger lets the ball get taken away from him. Schaefer gets it back to Knight. Delhay into the center. He found Hannes. Hannes got it to Schaefer. Schaefer over to the other side. He found Ringels. Ringels passes it off. At Matus. Matus coming around, trying to get through. Can't do it. Cleared away by Ermentrout for Frankfurt. Very unhappy young man there. Oh, stolen back by Matus. Matus with the ball again. Coming in all by himself. He's got 2 men to beat. Can't get around them. Bumkuncha took the ball. Very strong player. He's coming back from his forward position into a defender's position. Karger with the ball now. He's got Bumkuncha all open in there, and a foul. Ringels was taken down by Karger. Little over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. And a mix-up in the defense there. Paul came out, and Ermentrout went back. Somebody didn't call to someone. Ball went out of bounds, a throw in. Required by Frankfurt. Frankfurt coming downfield now. Karger with the ball into the center. He found Laurent. Laurent gives it to Holzenbein. Holzenbein coming down. Moving in. He's got a man on his right. The man gives it off to the right. Cutting down the line, up in the air, and headed away by Scheffer. Be a corner. Yup, Henkes. All right, Nilsson in the corner again. Third corner coming up. Will he do it again? Same place, long ball up in the air, but this time headed away. Lenin dropped the ball off for Schaefer. Now to Kulik. He drops it off. Matus. Schaefer, number 3 for Mönchengladbach. High into the center. And taken down. Harold Nickel is taken down, and the local fans, who are, of course, Mönchengladbach fans, calling for a penalty on that one, but penalty kick, but play on. Unofficially, a little over a minute left to go in the first half. Referee keeps official time on the field. Cleared by Borchers. Not really cleared, because here comes Mönchengladbach. Matus just lifts it in, but headed away. Here's Matus trying to get in, and he's taken down. Now, will they? Yes. Matus was taken down. Here he is going in, and there you see, coming in and taken down by Borchers. Now, Mr. Churaseto is, he called a foul outside, farther outside. So any possibility of a penalty kick was erased on that one. Ermentrout kicks downfield. Well, we're in injury time at the moment for the first half. Probably about a minute. Holzenbein with a throw-in for Frankfurt. Bumkuncha. Hannes heads the ball for Mönchengladbach. Up on the line. Back now to the goalkeeper. Knight. He decides to roll it out. You haven't got that much time, gentlemen, before half. Schaefer passes up. He finds open again is Matus, and a great save by just a punch save by Paul. Another one. Goal. Paul made a tremendous save. But the rebound went out again, so it's now tied 1-1. Kulik got the goal. And it was within seconds of the end of time. Paul came up with a fine save. The rebound came out. Kulik picked the ball up and just punched it right home. So at the end of the first half, the score is Frankfurt 1, Mönchengladbach 1. And I would have to say that very likely the better of that half was all Frankfurt's. They had definitely the advantage. 1-1 at the end of the first half. Teams will go into the dressing room. They'll be back out for the second half. And I'm sure there'll be some strategy changes, and I don't think we've seen the end of the scoring yet. For the second half of this first leg of the final of the Uefa Cup. The end of the first half, of course, 1-1 is the score, and they're underway for the second half. They've reversed ends. Mönchengladbach going from right to left on your screen, and Frankfurt from left to right. Mönchengladbach, of course, in the light uniforms, and Frankfurt in the dark uniforms. 1-1. Frankfurt had pretty much the better of the play in the first half, although Mönchengladbach was probing. It was Frankfurt with more effective play, I believe, anyway. All right, Mönchengladbach, long shot by Schäfer. Over the top, big goal kick. This final, of course, is a home-and-home series. This game being played in Mönchengladbach. About 25,000 on hand. Still, here it is about at the stadium about 9 in the evening, but it's still light enough where sunlight is still the dominant light, but the lights are on in the stadium here, and there you see, as you see, the four shadows for each of the players. It means the lights are coming from each different direction. Mönchengladbach has certainly dominated here in the first minute or so of the second half. Petsai kicks the ball upfield, and it rolls over the sideline. Throw in. Petsai has not come up as much as he normally would, as we've seen him in the past. He's number 5 for Frankfurt. He normally comes up and takes some good shots on his own, but hasn't done it so far. This is Lehnen. Drops the ball off for Hannes. Frankfurt. No real problem with that. Came in from a hard angle, but it was he was cutting it toward the near post, which is the post closest to him. There's a good look at Lehnen, number 11. So far, Mönchengladbach in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half have had the ball in the Frankfurt end of the field. Now it's Nielsen. Nielsen into the center. Picked off by Holzenbein. Holzenbein gives it to Bumkancha, who lost the ball to Mönchengladbach. Matus. Matus to Hannes. Hannes to Delhay. Delhay cuts to his right. Being challenged by Ermentrout there, and the ball went over the end line. Off Delhay, it'll be a goal kick for Frankfurt. 1-1 is the score in the second half. This is the first game of 2 in the final of the Uefa Cup. Borussia Mönchengladbach against Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt in the dark uniforms. Mönchengladbach in their home whites. Hannes, long throw downfield. Harold Nickel into the center, headed away by Neuberger. Holzenbein. Down, foul. Borchers, number 9, taken down by Matus. Matus, 19 years of age. Playing probably some of the better soccer in West Germany. Number 10, Bernd Nickel. Curves the ball in, but taken away by, reacquired by Frankfurt. Number 10, Nichols into the center. Back again, just up in the air, back and forth. Little bit sloppy here. Lehnen came all the way back from his forward position, back in a defensive position. Here's Harold Nickel. Long ball downfield. Taken by Paul, the goalkeeper. Nickel again. Has the ball taken away from him, and upfield comes Frankfurt. Frankfurt on the attack. Kulik, who tried to get through, couldn't. Taken away from him. Schäfer for Mönchengladbach. Delhay. Long ball into the center. Nobody on this side. It'll be picked up by Neuberger. Frankfurt coming up now. Ringo's got a foot on it. Picked up by Hannes for Mönchengladbach. Schaefer. Long ball downfield. Taken by Petsai. Now it's Holzenbein. Holzenbein coming down the far side of the field. Couldn't get the ball in. Headed away by Hannes. To Matus. Back to Hannes. He drops it off. At midfield. Lenin on the near side. They decide not to go to him. And Holzenbein picks it up for Frankfurt. Back to Holzenbein on the line, coming downfield. He's beyond midfield. Cuts into his center. Got the ball off. Picked up by Laurent. My ball. No, it isn't. Gonna be a goal kick. Nielsen upfield. Upfield and across field, really. Ball twisted over to the right side. Back to Nielsen again. And now it's Ringels. Ringels down into the corner. Just look at the paper on the field. That's got to be a distraction for the players and around the goal mouth there. Nielsen decides to pass it off. He finds Matus. Matus on the right side of the field. Brings the ball back into the top corner of the box. Ringels. High ball to the far post, trying to come across, but Paul intercepted it. The goalkeeper for Frankfurt. Frankfurt, a long ball upfield. Taken away by Hannes. Hannes gets it to Matus. Matus drops it off for Delhay. Nielsen over in the corner there. Corner kick. Fourth. Mönchengladbach. In swinger and punched away by Paul. Headed back in by Schaefer. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. Now to Nickel. Nickel can't get his foot on it. Everybody's after it, but nobody can get their foot on it. Lenin tried to get it, and the ball was kicked in, and Paul smothered it. Everybody trying to get a hold of the ball on that one, and nothing happened on it. Nobody could get a solid kick at it. Here comes Frankfurt upfield. Ringels. Now it's Neuberger. Neuberger, he's got a shot. Wide one, and just batted away by Kneip, and out in the corner goes Holzenbein. He tries to bring it back in, and cleared by Hannes. And the ball rolls over the end line. What's it going to be? It'll be a goal kick. Came off Holzenbein. Here's the play by Neuberger, and look at that, left-handed punch. He went for it with two hands and got his left hand on it. Went over to Holzenbein and then went over the end line. So ball's back in play again. Frankfurt coming up again. Basically the same thing that Frankfurt did in the first half. There he went down. I think they called that one on Matus. He took Bum Kun Cha, number 11, for Frankfurt down. Frankfurt started out the first half basically the same way. They let Mönchengladbach come to them. Then they started to counterattack and bring the ball upfield and start to get the better of it. And the same thing has happened in this second half. Here's a free kick. Up in the air, high. Somebody there tried a bicycle kick and couldn't do it. Almost dangerous play on that one. 10.5 minutes into the second half. Score is still tied 1-1. Mönchengladbach coming downfield. Lenin. Long ball hit back by Frankfurt. On the wing is Neuberger. Neuberger beginning to come up a little bit more. Borchers. Past Holzenbein. Reacquired. Borchers in down, taken down, play on. Borchers picks a loose ball up. Comes into the top of the box, shoots, and saved by Knipe. Borchers coming in there and taking advantage of a loose ball. Took the shot, but directly at Knipe, who had no trouble with it. Here's Schaefer coming down for Mönchengladbach. Gives it to Nickel. Nickel again with a shot. Basically the same type. This time it was Paul who smothered it. Nickel gets the ball to his wing. Now back to Laurent. Laurent coming downfield. Laurent back in the wing again. Ermentrout. Ermentrout coming into close to the box. Nobody there to pick it up. Well, Mönchengladbach was very fortunate on that one. Nobody there to pick up a loose ball, and it was an open net for them. Ermentrout came around the back. Passed the ball out in front of the goal. Nobody there to pick it up. Paul kicks the ball upfield and missed by Hannes. Hannes decides to go back. He's going to get it back to the goalkeeper. Knipe. Knipe gets it up to Delhai. Going to the right is Nielsen, number 10, and the near side is Matus, number 6. Decides to send it out to the corner, where Nielsen picks it up. High ball into the center, headed away. In the center, and a good shot by Lehnen. Number 11, Lehnen. Here's the cross, up in the air. Now watch it come down, bounce up, and there's Lehnen all by himself, and he volleys it. Took it before it bounced, and then sent it right to Paul. Scheffer gets it to Schaefer. It's the Bobsey twins again. Matus. Nielsen. Nielsen going to his left. He finds Lehnen on the outside. Lehnen going down into the corner. Cuts into his right. Top of the box. Cross field, and Hannes was too far over. Gives it to Delhai. Delhai up in the air. Header, and it is loose. Still in play. Frankfurt kicks the ball upfield. Kunshaw coming down all by himself. He's got one man to beat. Schaefer gets the top of the box, is turned around and down. And a foul is called. Kunshaw down on the field, taken down by Ringels. Here's the play again. Now you make the turn, you turn out, try to come back in. They catch his left leg. And he knew he couldn't reacquire the ball, so down he went. Out on the field. Now time will be taken on this, of course. Played 14 minutes. Kunshaw. Germany, TSCHA. In English, it's BUMKUNCHA. Full name. All right, free kick coming up. Bernd Nickel will take it. Knipe standing in goal, waiting for it, directing his defense. Three-man wall. Bends it up, run around, header over the top, wide. Right idea. Here's the replay. And the ball up in the air. Now it'll go over to almost to the far post, but out at about the 6-yard line. The header is there, but a little bit too high on the head, and it went wide and high. Delhai for Mönchengladbach. One of the local supporters. Banging on the drum. Want to see something happen here. It's a Mönchengladbach home game, and of course they've got their own local supporters here. Schaefer turns around, gets his right foot on it, but cleared out of the back line. No problem there. Hannes going to give it to his goalkeeper. Bet on that one. He hears those thundering footsteps behind him. He's not about to try and turn the ball when it's easier just to push it back to Kneipp, who knew it was coming. He was watching him. Borchers kicks upfield and goes nowhere except to Hannes for Mönchengladbach. Pace has slowed down quite a bit since the second half began. Hermantraut for Frankfurt. Frankfurt coming up on the attack again. They get these long probing attacks starting from the back, and it's rather effective because they're getting in. Nobody there to pick it up. Holzenbein couldn't get his foot on the ball. He just touched back to Kneipp. Here comes Mönchengladbach. Good, fast up and down the field. Kulik goes to his left, tries to get around. He can't get around Petsai. Holzenbein at midfield. Down into the corner. Offside. Haven't had too many offsides in this game. In fact, there have been really a minimum of whistles, too. Mr. Choroseto, the Spanish referee for the game, really hasn't had that much to do. He's been on top of the play and been a good, clean game so far. Schaefer. Down into the corner. Matus going for it, but Kerbrel gets to it first, kicks it out of bounds, be a throw-in. Number 6 for Mönchengladbach is Matus, the 19-year-old. High ball into the center and cleared away by Frankfurt, but reacquired by Hannes. Now it's Frankfurt coming upfield. Down on the field and whistle. Still down on the field. Laurent. Referee is saying, come on, get up on your feet or get off the playing field. He's all right. He's up on his feet. Nielsen headed the ball up, looking for Del High. Could have been a high kick in their dangerous play, but play on. Holzenbein just feeds it into the center, and a rolling ball, and Kneipp just got his hands on it. End-to-end soccer, back and forth. Neuberger for Frankfurt to Holzenbein. A lead pass down into the corner. Karger. He drops it off. Down to the right side. Frankfurt still in control of the ball. Neuberger moves in toward the center. Going to take the shot himself. Blocked just at the 18-yard line. Almost intercepted by Nickel, but acquired by Borchers. Borchers down in the corner. He's got Nickel. Nickel in the corner. Gets the ball back in the middle. Headed away. Looked like Schaefer got that one away from. Just headed it out of the box. Cooley gets the ball to Nielsen. Nielsen decides to drop it off to Schäfer. Schäfer upfield. Mönchengladbach coming back up again. It is up and down the field. And the ball goes over the sideline. Nobody over there to take it. Throw in by Neuberger. Borchers. Borchers almost loses. He does lose it. He loses it to Nickel. Harold Nickel. Nickel into the center of the field. Decides to pass off. He gets it to Schaefer. Schaefer back to Matus. Matus is taken down. Whistle. Well, Matus got that one. He went down hard enough. Got the free kick. Now, this is a dangerous situation. It's probably 25, 30 yards away from the goal at least, maybe 35. But it's still a very dangerous play. Four-man wall up there. Holzenbein on the end. There's a chip over the top of the wall into the center, headed away. Bumkunshaw came back and kicked it upfield, where Sheffer got it. He gave it to Nickel over to the far side. Here's Matus again. Matus coming in. He cuts in toward the center. Started to go down. If he'd gone down, he might have got the call on it, but he didn't. Nielsen to Delhay. He loses the ball. Loses it to Ermentrout. Ermentrout coming upfield now. He decides to give it all the way back. Let everybody get upfield. High ball into the center. Holzenbein. Beautiful, beautiful drop pass back to Bumkunshaw. He drops it off. Long ball just wide of the net. There's the pass off. Here's the shot. Just wide of the net to the left side. Kneip had the angle on it, and he was going that way. Here comes Mönchengladbach back in. Taken down in the box. Play on. He can't quite believe it, but it's true. Laurent passes off. Gets it to Ermentrout for Frankfurt. Still 1-1. We played a little over 22 minutes of the second half. Borchers on the far side has it taken away by Matus. Matus very impressive. Delhay. Delhay drops it off for Schaefer. Schaefer way long lead pass, and it's going nowhere except down the end line where it's stopped by Paul before it goes over the line, and he keeps it in play. Frankfurt playing a long ball game. Mönchengladbach trying to develop on shorter passes. Over the line, it's a throw-in. Taken by Lehnen. Neuberger is the one that couldn't control. Lehnen back with the ball. He decides to give it to Sheffer. Sheffer with a long ball down into the box. Taken by Paul, goalkeeper for Frankfurt. Left-footed kick on that. Not quite as effective. Right, and there's a breakaway. In, and he stole the ball, couldn't control it, rolled over the end line. I think they're going to get a corner out of it. Matus stole the ball. Very alert play. Very impressive young man. Playing for Mönchengladbach. Corner for Frankfurt. It's their 8th corner. Check that. 5th corner for Mönchengladbach. Up in the air. Punched away. Picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer kicks it back into the box. Headed out. And Delhay takes a wild shot. Came off the side of his foot. Went off to the right. That started out with a goal by Nielsen off a corner kick, which actually Kneip knocked in himself. He tried to punch it away and punched it into the net. And then just at the end of the first half, Kulik came back with a goal for Mönchengladbach, and that's where it stands. 1-1. Here comes Frankfurt down the field. Holzenbein kicks it down into the corner, but it's too far, and it's going to roll over the end line. It'll be a goal kick. And here's a substitute warming up for Mönchengladbach. On the sideline, he hasn't been no indication yet. Interception by Neuberger. Neuberger going down into the corner. It's kicked. It is off. Neuberger. Throw in for Mönchengladbach. Back to Kneip. Bödeker. Normally a defender. It's the one that will be coming in. He's ready to come in. He hasn't come in yet. Here's a cross by Borussia. Goal! A goal right off Kneipp's hands. Good cross. Here's the replay. Here's the cross by Borchers. And there is a header, a diving header, and just off the hands of Kneipp. Holzenbein with a diving header makes it 2-1. Frankfurt over Mönchengladbach. 26 minutes, 26 minutes into the second half. Lovely cross. You want to call it that from Borchers. Diving header. Kind of thing that you love to see. It's one of those exciting plays in soccer. Diving header, and just beyond the fingertips of Kneipp. 2-1. Frankfurt leading Mönchengladbach. Second half of this, the first leg of the final of the Uefa Cup. Second game will be played later on. Here's Bum Kuncha coming in, top of the box, decides to turn back out. Still with the ball. Good ball control. Gives it now to Borchers. Borchers, here, cross it. Up in the air. Up in the air. This time, Kneipp took no chances. Went up in the air, took it out of the air. Almost stolen by Ermentrout. Is picked up by Nickel. Into the area, and Kneipp goes out, picks it up. Took no chances again. Once you commit yourself, you've got to go as a goalkeeper. If you hesitate, you are lost. It's a cliche, but it's very, very true. All right, Mönchengladbach got to catch up now. They were hopeful of doing better, and scoring quickly in the second half. They've been having some problems in finishing. In other words, when they get down near the goal and getting the shots on goal. They've had some shots, but nothing really trying for the goalkeeper, Paul, who has a habit of punching the ball instead of catching it. And the ball rolls over the sideline. An unhappy Borchers. It was over the line, believe me. Kulik for Mönchengladbach. Now it's Lehnen. Lehnen slips and falls, and he tries to take Holzenbein down, but he keeps going. Good try, but he didn't make it. Holzenbein down the field, gets it to Neuberger. Neuberger back in the middle. He finds Nickel, Bernd Nickel. Frankfurt has picked up the pace a little bit now because they've got the lead goal. I'm sure they would love to have another goal to give themselves a little bit of a cushion. Ball coming all the way back down the field. Frankfurt taking no chances there. It's a little early to waste time, but Neuberger decided to give it to Kneipp. Taking all the time they possibly can. We show about 15 minutes left to play. Now there may be a little bit more time than that because some injury time, but we'll have to wait and see. Official time kept on the field, as we keep saying. Down goes Holzenbein. He slipped. Hannes had the ball. He did manage to get it to Kneipp. Throws it out for Del Hay. Into the center. And intercepted by, looks like Borchers. Now it's Hannes. Hannes over to the far side. And Matus can't control it. And we see that Bodeker has come into the game now. Number 14, Bödeker for Mönchengladbach. Goal kick for Frankfurt. Long, high ball upfield. Headed back by Schäfer. Hannes. Betzai got it back to the goalkeeper. Again into midfield. Reacquired by Mönchengladbach. Bödeker tries to go by Holzenbein, got bumped. Still controlled by Mönchengladbach. Lehnen. The ball in the center, and a shot taken by Hannes, but it bounced off, picked up by Lehnen, and shot goal! They're not happy with that one. That ties it. Here's Lehnen. He got the ball into the center, and it was bounced off back to Lehnen. Lehnen crossed over again. Open man, and the shot was taken and into the corner of the goal, and I believe it was Matthews. The ball into the center, and it was bounced off back to Lehnen. Lehnen crossed over again. Open man. And the shot was taken and into the corner of the goal, and I believe it was Matthews. Matthews got the goal, the tying, equalizing goal. 32 minutes played in the second half. And here comes Mönchengladbach back again, taken down by Holzenbein. Looked like Nickel taken down. Matthews got the equalizer. First goal by Nielsen in the first half, Frankfurt. And Kulik and Holzenbein. Now Matthews. All right, ball's back in play. Lehnen. They say, no, bring it back here. That's... Didn't give you the okay. Mr. Torreseto from Spain. Good control in the game so far. All right, ball is in play. Over to the far side. That side. Check that. That's Ringels. High ball up into the center. Headed up in the air. Who's going to get it? Frankfurt heads it out. Kicked back in by Schäfer. Down in the corner goes Schaefer, and he can't get to the ball. Did he get to it? Somebody's adding machine is not going to have any paper in it tomorrow. Goal kick. And he's off the field. They're pointing to actually, he's off the field. The trainer is over talking to him. Here's the play, and bounced out, and down he went. Landed on his knee. Well, play is going on. Frankfurt will be a man short for the moment while the trainers are attending to him. Two. Probably about between 10 and 11 minutes left to go in the game. Can end in a tie. These can end in a tie. This game can. There's the first leg. They're still attending to him over there, as you see in the background. So Frankfurt playing with 10 men at the moment. Long ball downfield. Hannes picks it up for Mönchengladbach. Schaefer. Offside. Offside. Kulik, captain of the Mönchengladbach team, offside. Ball's put back in play. Ermentrout. Leaning. He drops it off and leaves it. Back in. Leaning again in the corner. Cross it back into the center. Taken by Frankfurt and kicked back upfield. Going to be taking Karger out. Hasn't happened yet, so ball still back in play. Hannes for Mönchengladbach. Unofficially, a little less than 10 minutes left to play. Bödeker over to the far side. He's got Schäfer. Schäfer crosses the ball into the center. Borchers. Neuberger. Schaub. Schaub, who has come in. Number 14, Schaub. He just couldn't get his foot on the ball. Mönchengladbach coming back upfield now. Hannes gets it into the center. Ringels. Now to Schäfer. Back to Hannes. Hannes at midfield. Working slowly to move up. Leanin. Leanin tries to get it in to Bödeker. Picked up by Neuberger for Frankfurt, who kicks it upfield. Intercepted again by Hannes. Back to Hannes. Hannes slips it through. This time it's Matus. Matus going to get a shot, but it's well wide. Goal kick coming up. Win this one at home. Remember, it's a 2-game total goal series. This is the first game in Uefa Cup. 25,000 people in the stands. Temperature's cooling down a little bit, which makes it a little bit easier to play on the field. Offside in there. Mönchengladbach puts it back in. Matus picks the ball up, gets bumped, and there is Harold Nickel, but he just couldn't control it. But it's going to be a corner kick. Check that. It was a throw-in. It didn't go over the end. Looked like it. Bödeker. Bödeker makes a turn to his left, goes down into the corner. Being challenged by Schaub. It rolls out of bounds. Throw in. High ball into the center. Just inside the box. And it's going to go over. Did it go over? And there's a yellow card. Well, Mr. Chirisato gave a yellow card, and it looked like it was to Neuberger. All right, ball's back in play now. We show about 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes left to go. Down, let's see, whistle, yes. Much to the surprise of Mönchengladbach and happiness for Frankfurt to get the free kick in there. All right, from this free kick, there's always a possibility of getting somebody in there. And there's a missed kick up in the air, but retained, but picked up again by Neuberger. But he loses it. Picked up again. Now it's Schaub. Schaub for Frankfurt. He gets it down in the corner. He finds Borchers. Borchers tried to cross again. There's a cross like that from Borchers that Holzenbein scored his goal. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen coming in. Tries to get around Kerbel. Can't do it. Number 4 for Frankfurt is Kerbel. Throw in. Got it to Kulik. And there's a, oh, yeah, now let's see. We're going to get a second here. Got the yellow card, so obviously he didn't get it on the first one. Must have been given to one of the Mönchengladbach players. And there's Paul with a punch again, and he is fortunate this time. He didn't punch it away at all. He just got it up in the air, and looked like Harold Nickel just got his toe on the ball and went over the top. Of course, they took Paul down also. Ty Chosen, number 15 in the lineup. He came in on that injury. That's a second substitute come in the lineup for Mönchengladbach. Gödeker came in, and now Ty Chosen. Hannes. About 3 minutes left to go, unofficially. Game is tied at 2 goals apiece. I wonder if both teams would be satisfied with a draw. I don't think so. I think one of them would like to win this. Long cross into the middle, goal! Beautiful cross. Kulik, the captain. That's his second goal. Here it is again. Watch this cross. Up in the air. Here's Kulik coming in. He's all by himself. Took it on his head. Just turned his head to the left and beat Paul without any problem at all. Very beautiful header by Kulik for his second goal, and that puts Mönchengladbach ahead by a score of 3-2 with about 2 minutes left to go in the game. This the first leg of the Uefa Cup final. Second leg will be played in Frankfurt. Duncan Shaw got beaten for that ball. Here's Schaub. Schaefer with the ball down here. Headed back by Frankfurt. Picked up by Ringels. Now Frankfurt picks the ball up. Ty Chosen. Nielsen gets it to Matus. Matus over to the wing. It's Frankfurt moving in on the attack. Neuberger up in the corner, almost. Neuberger took a shot, a long shot for the top left-hand corner. Here is the shot. Look at it twirl. Look at it swing in toward that corner. Now, did he touch it? I got to think he did touch it to get it over. But no, they say goal kick. From that replay, it sure looked like it. Offside. Kulik saw the flag up and decided, well, okay, I'll just catch the ball. I show about 30 seconds, but that's unofficial. There'll probably be some injury time in here. Ball kicked back to Paul, the goalkeeper. Long ball downfield. At this point, they've got to get that ball downfield. Frankfurt has to really push. Duncan Shaw going in, top of the box. Makes the turn back in, comes back out again. Cross field pass up into the box, cleared by Schaefer. Now, I show at the moment we're in injury time. Frankfurt still pressing up in the center. Nobody there to pick it up. To the field to get it to Kulik. Intercepted by Frankfurt. Neuberger. Neuberger reacquires it. That is the final. So the first leg of the Uefa Cup final between Borussia Mönchengladbach and Eintracht Frankfurt ends up the score 3-2 in favor of Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach came back. Nielsen scored the first goal for Frankfurt, and Kulik tied it up. Holzenbein got the second goal. It was 2-1. Matus came in with a very fine goal, and then just about 3 or 4 minutes before the final whistle, it was Kulik scoring his second goal of the game, and on a beautiful header on a cross. Just a tremendous effort by Mönchengladbach. They said that they could do it. Kulik, the captain, with 2 goals. Now they go into the second leg of it, the second game. It's a total goal series to see who wins the Uefa Cup for this year. Well, there it is. That is the final score.